Hi, welcome back to my channel. Candace here, and welcome to a brand new year of Project Life. I'm so excited over the next year to be sharing my Project Life process videos. It definitely is my favorite way to document our family's memories, and I just have grown to love this project, especially looking back through last year and previous years that I have worked on Project Life. It really does capture the everyday, and that is just where my heart is. It's what I love, and I know when I look back years from now, this is the moments and the times that I will want to remember. So now to the spread. So I do have week 1, but I'm saving it for a design team project. So that will be coming in the next few weeks. So look out for that. But today I'm sharing week 2. So starting off with the spread, most of the items that I'm using in today's spread is from Sahlin Studios, from the digital store, the Lily Pad, and I will link in the description box below all of the things that I used in today's spread, so you can check there. And I'll also link to my coordinating blog post that will have the links to the products that I used, and it'll also have some close-up shots of the cards and the photos and anything else that you would like to see. So if you followed my videos from last year, what I like to do is for the entire year, I like to stick with the same weekly title cards. And personally, I like to do this just to create some consistency and streamline the album. So last year, I used the title cards from One Little Bird, and I loved those. But I did want to mix it up a little bit this year. So this year, my title card is from Paisley Press, and that's also from the Lily Pad, and I will link that down below too. But all I did was I did edit that in Photoshop, and so every week the title card printing is the same. The week of is going to be in black, and then right behind it in a light gray is going to be the number of the week. And then every week, depending on what embellishments I use, I will decorate that title card, but then I still will have the consistency. I'll always know just flipping through exactly what week it is by looking up in that upper left-hand corner, and I'll have the date stamped there. So I definitely like that. Now this year again, I'm going to go ahead and stick mostly with Design A page protectors. So that is the 4x6s on the top and bottom, and then the 3x4s throughout the center. I just like knowing that I have that same page protector and kind of having an idea throughout the week of what pictures I need to take, mostly horizontal with just a few vertical, and it just makes it easier to organize my spreads and makes the spread come together much quicker. So now back to this spread. So I'll catch you up a little bit on a few things that we missed here. So on a lot of the photos, what I did is I used some digital word art, and they're circles that have the days of the week in them. So across the spread, you'll just see a few of those photos have those circles with the days of the week in them. And then on the cards, all I did, some of these cards were cards that came in the journal card set from Sahlin Studios, and then a few of them I made myself using the papers that come in the collection that coordinate with these journal cards. But what I did was I just kind of created my own journal card. So what I did is in Photoshop, I created a 3x4 template. So just a 3x4 background. And then I pulled in the various papers that are in the kit And like on the yellow one, I left some white space at the bottom so I could add some journaling. On the one with the circle, the white circle in the center, I brought the paper over into Photoshop and then added a white circle to the center because I knew I wanted my journaling there. So both of those, I believe both of those are cards that I created. And then the This Story card, the This Story is a digital element that is in that collection. And again, I just pulled that onto a 3x4 card. And then the stamped little piece at the bottom is also just an element, and I pulled that in and put that at the bottom of the card. This made it easy for me to coordinate across my entire spread. So a lot of times as I'm looking at all of this, I will look across the entire spread and say, okay, am I balanced in color and weight of embellishments and in actual color of cards, in color of the photos as far as black and white photos and color photos. So I'll just kind of look across the whole spread and make sure that I have balance. And sometimes that means I need to recolor some cards, and sometimes that means that I need to change embellishments. But it makes it a lot easier to then create a spread where there's balance across the entire spread, and it's one side doesn't feel more heavy than the other, and the eye will kind of flow across the whole thing. So what I did here is at the end, as I finished all my journaling, and this week it's kind of quick because a lot of the journaling I did do in Photoshop. And if you would like a tutorial on how to create your own journal cards in Photoshop from these collections, or how I entered it in my journaling in Photoshop, just leave a comment below and I'll make sure that I do a separate tutorial on that. It's super easy, and it definitely helps your spreads come together much quicker. So I have definitely brought in a lot more digital elements into my physical scrapbooking just to streamline the whole process and make it go a lot faster. But in my heart, I will always be a physical scrapbooker. I like the tactile, and I just love it. So I'll definitely still stay a physical scrapbooker. But now you'll see here what I decided to do is on all those half circles, I wanted to add a little cork star. And what's funny here is I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to put kind of alternate where these little cork stars are. But knowing myself, I like them all in the same spot. So I should have just started that way from the beginning. Luckily, I was able to use a little bit of an eraser and just erase away some of the adhesive and then put a new star on there. So now as you look across the spread, you'll see I have yellow in 3 places on 3 journal cards, and then I have black across the spread in the We Can Do Hard Things card, and then in that picture and right next to the Duke card, I have some weight of the black there. So that's going to pull some black over to the other side of the spread, as well as the black and white photos. So that way I'm balancing across the entire spread. Also with those cork stars, those are scattered across the entire spread. So the eye looks for all the stars, and there's balance in that across the spread. So what you see me doing here is on the pockets that I have 2 3x4s, I want to make sure that the 3x4s stay where they're supposed to be and don't move around. Now I could use my fuse tool, but I almost feel like this is just easier. I just cut some 4x6 cardstock, and I'll just glue the 2 3x4s down on the white cardstock and then slide that into the 4x6 pocket. And then everything stays where it's supposed to stay and it doesn't move around. And I just kind of like how that looks and stays where it is without having to mess with my fuse, which sometimes I do. Just this day it was not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that, adhering those 3x4s. Then I'm going to take one last look across the entire spread and make sure again that I have a balance, and I'm going to adhere down all my chipboard pieces. I don't believe I have done that yet. Just a few of them are on there, but I'm going to add a few more. So this is pretty much how a lot of my spreads look. They're pretty simple. I will start using a lot more of the digital elements just to streamline the process. And I kind of like just that clean look, concentrating on words and photos. This year, I'm really going to focus on increasing my journaling. As I looked back through my past albums, I really felt like I was missing, like most people talk about, missing the words that go with the photos. So this year I'm really going to focus on that. I'm going to do some more inserts that just focus on the story, so make sure you look out for that. So everything is linked down below. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will be happy to get back to you. There are some still photos here at the end. Thanks so much for stopping by today and taking a look at my project life for 2017. I so appreciate all of you. If you would like to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.